Scott's going to keep throwing it. Not this time. It's going to be a loss of a yard or so, and he took a pretty good whack.
He sure did. Number 98, Allen Hughes, came around from his right end position to turn Bobby Scott into the rest of the charging defensive linemen so that the play could be made. Carl Borland making the tackle.
That's the third sack for the Michigan defenders. Games yesterday. New Jersey beat Arizona 21-14. Herschel Walker got poked in the right eye. Some blurred vision, but he stayed in the ball game and scored eventually in the fourth quarter to win the game. Second down, call it 12. Scott back. Has time for Buggs. And Wayman Buggs falling out of bounds up around the 31. He may be just short of his first down. Ron Osborne, number 23, out of Iowa State, covering him on the play. The spot's a little short of the first down.
Osborne just drifted back, maintained good position. Trying to make the tackle on the stop out of Iowa State before Wayman Buggs could get to the first down, and they do mark it just short.
Boatner is back in there now with Long. That's the first down. I thought for a moment that the Chicago offensive line might have been off a little early on the left side, but no flag.
Keith, I have my glasses on that offensive line. Unless the center snapped the ball and we couldn't see it, they were offside.
It's now 14-7 as Billy Taylor has scored for Washington. Ball game being played at Washington today. 14-7 Los Angeles. First half. On the first down, they give it to Spencer. Spencer from the 38 to about the 35. 3 yards. The other game played yesterday was out on the West Coast with Oakland beating Boston 17-16. Boston had a touchdown call back. Richard Crump scored very late in the ball game from 5 yards out, and it was called back because of holding. Boston, however, with a record of 10-7, remains in the chase for that fourth playoff spot, the wild card. That wild card team is going to have the unenviable job of having to go into Philadelphia to play the start. Scott back. His pass away. Johnson's got it. 5, 3. They down him at the 2.
Excellent catch by Tremaine Johnson. John Arnott, number 25 out of Iowa State, making the tackle. Watch Tremaine Johnson. This is a professional catch right here. Watch the way his hands go up for the ball, palms out, concentrating all the way. 3 defensive backs, 3 defensive people all around him. He maintains his concentration, brings the ball in, puts the ball down just inside the 3-yard line. 4 catches for 89 yards on the day.
First and goal, Chicago. Near the Michigan 2. Fumble. Michigan's got it. Mike Edwards, number 53, comes out of the sack with it. Scott and pursuit did not execute the snap. The ball popped free. Edwards comes out of there. And once again, Chicago is turned away.
Last week in the Friday night game, Chicago had the ball trying to score against Birmingham. There was a fumble, a similar fumble, as we see right there. Bobby Scott not coming up with the ball. Birmingham scored 11 points in 1 minute and 41 seconds. They cannot afford to make these kinds of mistakes.
This is Bill Fleming with a live USFL report from Washington. That was Tom Ramsey getting his first touchdown of the year, rushing, giving Los Angeles a 14-0 lead. That was 11 seconds into the second quarter. Then Billy Taylor, the former New York Giant star from Texas Tech, ran it in after he set it up on his own run. And he goes in for his 6th TD of the year, 14-7 LA in front. We have 6:47 to go in the first half. Now let's go back to Chicago and Keith Jackson.
Okay, ask Coach Steve.
All right, Bill, thanks very much. Fans stirring up what air there is to stir on this day. as the Michigan defense now gets a respite with the offense out there having stopped Chicago with a fumble recovery, getting the ball back on the 5-yard line. Chicago holding the ball, as you see, much more than Michigan. Michigan's 2 touchdowns having come on 2 plays required 15 seconds each. 39 and 35-yard scoring strikes. This is Ken Lacey to the outside. And Lacey is up to about the 8, maybe the 9, before Stan White can bring him down.
He had number 63, Tom Dornbrook, out in front of him, giving him a good block, a little room so he could turn it up inside and make a few yards.
A 99-degree day in Chicago, according to the weatherman. That was the forecast. They mark him at the 8. Well, it's 2nd down and 7, Michigan. Double wide, bottom of the picture. Holloway and Carter. John Williams breaks it big. 1st down. Runs over a defensive back. He ran right over Eddie Brown. John Corker with Tim Brandt right now.
John Corker is the man who spearheads this defense for Michigan. You know that. It is now 134 degrees on the field. It's got to be taking its toll, John.
Yes, it's definitely taking its toll, but the good thing about it, it's taking its toll on both teams. I can glad them from Miami, boy, because this is kind of weather we got down there, and it's going to help us out in the 4th quarter. We're just going to have to keep the pressure on because it's a hell of a ball club we're playing against today.
All right, Keith.
Ball is up on the 26. 1st down for Michigan. They're off the hook again. This time it was Williams who did it. The other time they were backed up, it was Lacey who did it. There's contact in the middle by Lathrop. And he's arguing that there was movement by the Michigan center.
Everybody's pointing the finger.
The applause from Dornbrook indicates penalty Chicago.
Encroachment, number 70 on the defense. 1st down.
And he's right. Let's see right here. You can see the extended arm of center Wayne Ratloff. It doesn't move. Lathrop just jumps in, pushes him, and points the finger. But it doesn't work.
It'll be 1st down and 5 at the 31 for Michigan. You can see the Blitz have seen a lot of flags this season. Carter and Holloway, the wide people. Hebert hands that ball inside to Ken Lacey. And Lacey's out to the 36, close to the 37.
Good job of just picking his way through a little bit of traffic. Across the line of scrimmage, a good opening hole. Saw a little daylight, scooted a little bit to his left, enough to pick up a 1st down.
National Sports Festival coming up at 4:45 Eastern Time. It'll be live. One of the featured performers will be the great world diving champion Greg Louganis. 1st down at the 36. Williams. And this time John can't find him in the room. They spring him out and get him at the line of scrimmage. Don Schwartz, number 28, Jim Fonhorst, number 55. John Williams, a 200-pounder out of Michigan State. He is particularly effective, though, in power plays, power sweeps. He scored a lot of touchdowns for them. He's almost the designated touchdown man.
He scored 11 touchdowns on the run, 1 touchdown through the air, while Ken Lacey has been doing all the work moving the ball down the field, getting in the scoring position. Nice 1-2 punch.
2nd down, a little more than 10, as Williams was caught for a half-yard loss. Hebert gives to Lacey. He comes right on up the middle with it. Williams and Lacey are both punishing runners. And when a defensive back the size of Eddie Brown comes up to tackle Ken Lacey, he's given away 20, 25 pounds. And you see that Williams and Lacey both like to drop that shoulder into that defender and whack him.
That's right. Punish the little defensive backs, wear them down. This Michigan team running a counter trapping offensive line blocking scheme. You see them faking the ball a lot to one side and giving it to the running back, going to the other, giving him the ball, going up the middle, and trying to break it to the outside.
Close up of the snap. Hebert's pass intended for number 88, Don Eccles, and the ball just sort of floated away from him. He had nothing on it. Eccles had no chance to get to it.
Number 32, Carl Allen, was over in that area, and kept the pressure on him. He got flattened out on the crossing route as he tried to come across the field, didn't get enough depth. Consequently, the ball was thrown well beyond it.
Willis is back. Greenwood to punt. 2 kicks of 39 and 56, a 39-yarder. He knocked out on the 3. High hanger. Forces Willis all the way back to his 5. Lynn is coming with it. Trying to outrun the coverage. They can't do it. Big number 52 after a 50-yard punt. Kyle Borland, a linebacker, was really pumping, trying to keep Lenny Willis corralled back there. But we've got penalty flags on the field as we had a little scuffle going on on the kick return.
Well, Lenny Willis got fielded that punt about the 5-yard line. Ball may have probably had a good chance of just going back in the end zone, but he didn't want to take a chance on just squirting or bouncing to his right and out of bounds. He takes it, looks upfield, trying to make something happen for his football team.
Unsportsmanlike conduct.
Wants to break
Number
a big
29 on the kicker. Unsportsmanlike conduct. Number 25 on the receiver. After the play, offset, first down.
16-yard line.
That was the official. There's Greenwood after the punt. He gets downfield and right there, trying to get a little protection for Lenny.
So you've got a timeout with 5 minutes and 41 seconds to play in the second quarter, and Michigan leading Chicago 14-0. Michigan wins today. They must win over Arizona at home next week in order to win the Central Division. Tampa Bay now, which plays at home against Denver Monday night. Tampa Bay could win the division if they beat Denver and Birmingham in their final 2 games. Michigan beats Chicago and then loses to Arizona, and Chicago would have to lose their 2 games. They play Oakland here in Chicago next Sunday. And you have the tiebreaker situation. If Michigan-Chicago winds up, then Michigan would be the winner with a win here today because they would have beat Chicago twice. Get into the tiebreakers, it gets a little complicated. It's much simpler to say if Michigan wins today and beats Arizona next week, then they're home. If Chicago wins today, then they're the playoff spot as the division title is theirs with Tim Spencer running like that. That's really the first time today that the Chicago running game has really done much.
And they took the play. Spencer getting a handoff here right up the middle, right over David Tipton. You see this big pile-up of people. He just breaks through, gets downfield, and number 31, Greenwood, comes in and makes the tackle from behind.
That's the first carry they've had over 10 yards in the ball game today. Went from the 16 out to the 29, 13 yards for the first down. Better hurry up.
7 seconds on the clock.
And they got away with it. Carrying the ball is Kevin Long, and Long will get a penalty flag. I think they got a face mask maybe there.
I think they're probably going to call spearing by John
Arnold. Yeah.
Stuck his helmet in there. 53, Mike Edwards is in on the play, on the tackle.
That's what it is, spearing.
You cannot use the helmet as a battering ram or it's an instrument to inflict punishment while the ball player is already down on the surface.
We have a personal foul, a late hit, number 25 on the defense, first down.
They watch Long. Now watch see number 25 at the top of the screen. You see Long going down. Now watch him put his helmet right into his back. Totally unnecessary.
They ought to make that a 25-yard penalty. Scott's pass to Buggs. Out of bounds. No good.
Number 21, Oliver Davis, coming across. Raymond Buggs now getting a penalty flag for his arguing with the official. Buggs obviously felt that when he went up in the air, caught the ball, it was a defensive back, number 21, Oliver Davis, who knocked him out of bounds, that he would have come down inside on the playing surface, and it should have been called a catch. But the official felt that he would have come down out of bounds.
Well, they're going to back up 15 yards the other way. They had the advantage of a personal foul by Michigan for 15. Now they're going to go back the other way.
But instead of being
First
first
down
and
on
10, it's now
first down
first
about the
and
25.
25.
Well, that's unsportsmanlike conduct. Let's take a look at it now. It's strictly a judgment call down there.
If the receiver goes up in the air and makes a catch, he is not on the ground and he's hit by a defensive back and knocked out of bounds, the official has to decide whether he will have come down in bounds or not. Right here he is hit.
We have a personal foul. Number 88 on the offense after the play. 88 is disqualified. It's first down.
They kicked him out of the ball game.
Oh,
I don't know what he did. He hit somebody?
I don't know. It didn't look like he hit anyone. He just felt he should have been given the catch.
Well, from that angle we had, looks like he might very well have come down inside the playing area.
Easily.
He's out of the ball game. Chicago back on their own 34. Bobby Scott running around looking for somebody. He's over the line of scrimmage. He's over the line of scrimmage. Catch was made by Tim Reitman, but Scott was over the line of scrimmage when he threw it.
And Ron Osborne gave Reitman a lick. I'm surprised he is getting up from. He hesitated for a moment. Pretty much the same kind of position that Paul Ricker was in earlier in the ball game. Osborne came up, hit him with shoulder, forearm, and everything else he could muster up.
But I don't see a flag on that neighborhood. You?
No, I don't see a flag at all.
One back here, we're on Scott for going over throwing the ball after he had crossed the line of scrimmage.
But what I do see is number 81 is Tim Reitman, the tight end. Now Osborne will come from the left side of the screen. Let's see where the contact is made. There's a catch.
Whoa, that's a shiver.
That's a forearm. It looks like a pretty darn good hit. The officials now having a conference.
The 5 and 15 rule is involved on that play. The 5-yard penalty against the offense will not be marked off. The 15-yard penalty against the defense will be marked off.
Once again, we'll take a look at the whole play. Tremaine Johnson is running towards the line of scrimmage, takes off downfield before the ball is snapped. Now we see Bobby Scott throwing the ball. Looked like he was beyond the line of scrimmage, and he was. There's the hit. I don't see a flag right away. Let's see if there's a flag and from what direction it comes from. I can't tell where the...
Here on the 49-yard line. They hand the ball off to Max Boatner, and Boatner can't go anywhere. As number 62 came thundering in, Andy Canavino, rookie out of Michigan. One of those boys, along with Phil Dokes out of Oklahoma State, number 72.
Keith, if the people out there watching this football game were a little confused by that last series of penalties in that play, I don't blame them. I'm still confused.
Well,
I'm not sure what happened.
5 and 15. The 15, I think, was a dead. Looked to me like it might have been a dead ball foul. Now, my question is, shouldn't they have marked off 10 instead of 15? Loop it up for Johnson. Too high. Tremaine Johnson couldn't pull it down. Let's go down to Tim Brandt with Wayman Buggs, who's been kicked out of the ball game.
Let's find out what the official said. What do you say, Wayman?
Well, he said I caught the ball out of bounds, and through my frustration, I was swinging my arms, and I just accidentally tipped his cap, and he said I hit it, and he threw me out of the ball game.
So you're done for the day?
Yeah, that's it. He threw me out. There's nothing I can do about it.
Okay, Keith?
Yeah, that's what happened. He was remonstrating. Any contact with an official, you're gone.
Quickly.
The ball is midfield, 3rd down and 9. Look at that, 7-man front. Michigan's offside. Scott
Gets away from Corker.
got away from Pennywell. That's the one thing that Chicago cannot afford. Bobby Scott is the 3rd starting quarterback that Chicago has had. Greg Landry started, then Tim Cagle, and now Scott. You just can't be running around out there too much because Pennywell, for one, is a great big guy, 225. Scott weighs about 200, maybe 195. The penalty flag is against Michigan. There's a Michigan man hurt on the play as well.
Ron Osborne, who was shaken up when he hit Tim Reitman on that series of confusing penalties, came back into the ball game and now is being attended to on the field. That's right. Everybody up on the line of scrimmage, crowding the line of scrimmage right here.
It's Pennywell.
Number 59, Robert Pennywell, timing it very well. Two blockers have to take on Pennywell because he gets in. He sheds them, splits both of them, and he makes the initial contact to stop the play. That's real good defensive play.
17-yard line, loss of 2. Second down, 12, Chicago. They've been down 3 times knocking on the door now, this being the 3rd, and they've been turned away the previous 2 times. Once by their own mistake, a fumble. And Scott calls the timeout with 2:07 to go in the first half.
Number 80, Marcus Anderson, was on the wrong side of the field. He didn't want to take the time, try and rush it, so he called the timeout.
Let's check in with Tim Brent.
Keith, you can see the doctor is working on Ronnie Osborne right now.
And sometimes you get a little confused, and you got to step back and take a look. Trumaine Johnson, the man in motion, as Scott sets up to throw it, has some time. The ball is deflected at the line of scrimmage. One of the big linemen slapped it away.
He didn't have too much time. He was trying to wait for his receiver to come open. Trumaine Johnson was being held up at the line of scrimmage by number 21, Oliver Davis, who did a good job of destroying the timing there. Bobby Scott couldn't get the ball away cleanly. George Allen wanting desperately for his team to put some points on the scoreboard as the clock now sets at 2 minutes and 3 seconds here in the second quarter.
Ball is just near the 17.